Welcome back, Fun Fam, and if you're brand new to the channel, welcome in to follow the Bradley's Fun with me, Ron E. Bradley, and my wife, somewhere out there, Virginia Bradley. She is a moderator in the comments, and we hope that wherever you are, you're having a phenomenal day. Speaking of the day, as of the recording, this is July the 24th, 2024, 7/24/24. And today is the day that the multi-pass lightning lanes are in effect. Genie Plus is no more. Genie Minus is still there for all of you Disney fans out there. Hopefully everybody can hear me. Okay, let's see who all we've got in the chat today. Oh my goodness. I saw Little Mouse come in very first and foremost. Little Mouse 27, a member of the channel, says hi, and I said hi back to Little Mouse. That was like an hour ago almost. Wow. Very, very cool. We've got me saying, please, on the way in, please hit that like button, especially if you're watching this on the replay. Hit that like button. This will go out to a lot more people, and that really helps the channel out. And of course, click the notifications bell, because when you click it, you stick it to that YouTube algorithm, and you get notified of everything we do here and Follow the Bradley's Fun. So it's a good deal for everybody all around. Go and Shogi says, good morning. Also, one of our moderators here. Thank you so much for that. Go and Shogi. Tom F. Tom F says, good morning, all. Good morning, Mr. Tom F. and Sue, the Bud Files. Maybe it's more than Sue, because it's a whole bunch of files as well. So good morning, Sue. My beautiful wife is in the chat. She's a moderator. Good morning, Virginia Bradley Adventures. That's one of two of her channels. So go check out my wife's channels as well, especially if you like shopping, couponing, all that stuff. Also, hers is primarily in Spanish. So if we have Spanish speakers in the audience out there, go check out my wife's stuff on her YouTube channel. Canadian Family Life, Tiffany says, good morning, all. Hello, Tiffany. I hope that you're doing well out there. And, of course, in Spanish, my wife says, bienvenidos todos a un nuevo día. That is welcome to a new day, I believe. She can correct me if I'm wrong, but I believe that's what it says. And Justice says, please like, share, comment. Thanks. Anna Greco, another wonderful Skyliner level member of the channel. She says she's doing some clapping, some applauding there. Appreciate that. And Canadian Family Life with the custom emojis. Awesome, awesome, awesome. All right, so nothing like that first sip of coffee in the morning, ready to rock. Well, I've got my, it's not really coffee, but is a nice chilly, cold, caffeinated beverage in my Captain America cup. And when I'm drinking this way, you can't see. Whew. So I was trying to reverse my picture so that my picture would be correct, because everything behind me, it's like I'm looking in a mirror, and I think that's the same for you guys at watching at home. I was trying to correct it in my camera, and instead of flipping it this way, it flipped it upside down. So I had to correct that before the show started, and that's why I was silent. Normally I will do some talking during the 5-minute intro, but there it is. My beautiful wife is having my healthy breakfast and ready to listen to my lovely husband. Oh, she lies. I'm not lovely. You know that. You know, I'm not lovely at all. And Canadian family life is drinking her Canadian family coffee and trying to wake up. Aren't we all? It is. I don't, you get past a certain age and it's just early, no matter what time you wake up, right? Man, that is tough. So we got some things to cover today. I'm going to throw in this banner just to let everybody know. I want to get that silly little StreamYard logo off of there, put some different things up. So we got to upgrade for that. And we are running this fundraiser. So become a member today. Click join for access to custom emojis, members only videos. And of course, also, in addition to that, any super chat, super things, super stickers, those will get acknowledged first. Those in member chats get acknowledged first as we are going through the stories. And then I look back at the chat, and if I see the supers or new members or memberships dropped, gifted memberships, any of that kind of stuff, I will be acknowledging those first. Oh, look. And then we've got, let's see who else is getting coffee. Anna Greco's got some iced tea. And Tom F is getting my second iced coffee. Need the caffeine. Boy, don't we all. And my mom is in the chat. She says good morning. And she's awake this morning. So good morning, Mom. Hi, Mom. Hi, Mom. Hi, wife. Family support is always helpful. I do love my family. And it's family first. So even when I'm doing this, if I have other things, the show could always get preempted by anything important going on in my family, just so you all know. And Jeremy Heath, who's also a moderator on the channel, says, good morning, everyone. And good morning, Jeremy, from, I believe, the St. Louis area, even if it's not St. Louis City directly. And let's go to the news. The news today. And this is I'm going to share first over here. All right, so we have today being the very first day. Genie Plus is gone. There's no more Genie Plus, so you don't have to worry about Genie Plus or hearing Genie Plus. Now, I checked my Disney Experience app for Walt Disney World. It's a different app for Disneyland. So you have Disney World, Disneyland. Disney World has an app called the My Disney Experience app. And if you're going to Disney World, like it or not, you kind of need this app. This app does everything that you need at Disney World. It's different than the old days when you could go and not even take your phone. Wow, I remember those days. So today is the very first day that instead of Genie Plus, they have Lightning Lane, but they still have, just to confuse you, they still have Genie on the app. But now, if you're looking for a Genie Plus, because that's what you think, and you haven't gotten this news update, and you go to the app and you're like, oh, Genie, oh my gosh, Genie's free. And so there's going to be people going to the app and thinking that they have Genie Plus and thinking that it's free because they clicked into Genie. And what Genie does is it's supposed to help you with your day if you don't have lightning lanes, if you don't have, so it's almost even more confusing now than it was before. Way to go, Disney, on that communication level. So here's the lightning lanes. You have two different types of lightning lanes, just to make it more confusing. You have lightning lane and lightning lane multi-pass. And just to make that more convoluted, within the multi-pass, there are tiers to the ride levels. So if you buy this thing, you can only it's so weird. It's so convoluted. It used to be so, I mean, it was bad enough when there was a free fast pass and people got that, how to use that, confused. And now it's just, now you're purchasing something and you don't know how to use it because it's even more confusing. So I'm trying to help unwind the confusion if I can a little bit. Plan ahead and save time in line. With our new Lightning Lane passes, skip the standby line and join a shorter line for select attractions experiences. Notice what that says. That does not say that you're going to skip the line. It just says it's going to be shorter. That means that in a lightning lane, you can still have a half an hour wait or even longer sometimes. Now, it should be 5-10 minutes wait at, max in the lightning lane, but it could be longer. It just depends on how many of those things they sold, because it's not like Universal, because they have a very, very expensive pass that just gets you right to the front of the line, but it extremely limits the number of people that buy that pass. Lightning lanes are not like that at all. Instead, with the Lightning lane, they sell a lot of those. They sell a ton. Purchase a Lightning Lane multi-pass, a Lightning Lane single pass, or both, and enjoy more magic in every moment of the day. So now, after you've spent $170 or so to go in, you can purchase both of those for an extra about $50 to $60 more. So now your Disney day costs you over $200, just so you can maybe have the line waits a little bit faster. So you got Lightning Lane. You can purchase them in advance. You can choose attractions and arrival windows before purchasing. You can make plans for multiple days. I'm not going to go over this a lot today. I just wanted to let you know that it is releasing. You can go to disneyworld.disney.go/Lightning Lane passes, and you can see this all for yourself over there. All I'm saying is it's pretty convoluted. And Anna says, I refuse to pay extra to ride a ride. I know this is not like when Disney first opened, they had the ticket books, and they've done the same thing now. They have the e-ticket attractions, you have the tiered attractions. The difference then is you paid $3.50 to get in the park, and you paid like $20 for a full book of rides. Now you're paying $170. Now, the equivalent today would be paying around $39, $40 to get into the park, because that's how much it's gone up over the last 50 plus years as far as inflation is concerned. But man, oh man, are they, Disney was known a decade ago for having the Disney difference where they didn't nickel and dime you to death. That is over. That is over. So the movie Hangout says, I have no interest in going to Disneyland anymore with my family, but if I did want to go, I need to take notes to figure out just how to have a normal day. Park day is crazy. And Go and Show You says, yeah, it's tough when you're from out of state or out of the country. At that point, you paid so much just to get there, and then you have the tricky spot to make the trip worth it. It's sinister. Yeah, I mean, it's an absolute mess. We're about to talk about some more sinister things going on at Disney in just a minute. But first of all, I do want to give an update from the Disney cast members themselves on where we are with the potential of a strike. And it looks like, at least right now, a strike will not happen because a tentative agreement has been reached. And let's show you here on X what we've got going on. So this is an account of Disney Workers Rising on X, and they are sharing, they're saying 13,000 Disney cast members. I thought it was 14,000. I don't know what the exact correct number is. I think it probably is closer to 14,000. Disney Workers Rising shares on their X today. Breaking alert. Tentative agreement reached on our Disney contracts. We have fought hard for the past 4 months, and this tentative agreement would not have been possible without the strength we showed this past week with our rally and unfair labor practice vote. And that unfair labor practice vote was the vote to strike if this agreement was not reached. Now, this agreement has not been voted on yet. So I'm going to show all of their posts, because they posted kind of one post after the other about this. So we believe this 3-year agreement meets our needs and delivers us the wages, seniority increases, premiums, and protections we deserve, but nothing is final until we all have a chance to review the offer and vote on it. We will vote the tentative agreement on Monday, July 19th, 2024, from 6:30 a.m. to 8 p.m. on site at Disney. And I know how these votes go because I've been in a Disney union before. They throw these ballots in the break room, and if you're a member of the union, you can go vote on it. The exact location is to be determined in solidarity, your Disney Workers Rising Bargain Committee. So that is what they have posted. So we will keep you posted about how that vote goes. That vote is happening on Monday. But in the meantime, there is something that I unfortunately overlooked at the beginning of the show, and it has to do with our members like Anna Greco and Go and Shogi and all of our members here at Follow the Bradley's Fun channel members. When we receive new memberships or those super chats or those super things or those super six stickers, we do a celebration when we acknowledge them. So if you drop any of those during the next story, we will first of all acknowledge those first, but also we're going to have a little celebration.
Too much. It's a birthday.
This is just the best of my scene.
So my wife loves the celebration, so we gotta get that going on, right? We gotta have some fun today. And now we're about to get to the story that I would prefer not to have to do. I wish I didn't have to cover this, but I cover the Disney parks. I cover all things theme parks, and what I do not do is pixie dust that stuff. And what that means is people ask, what's a pixie duster? What does that mean? Well, it means that people that don't acknowledge anything that may be considered negative about the Disney parks. In other words, we are going to those people that blindly ignore things about Disney that may not be the standards that people like to think about. Like, people like to think about Disney as all hunky-dory, everything's good, everything's pixie dust. That's why they call it pixie dusters, right? The truth of the matter is that unfortunately, like any corporation, Disney makes mistakes. Disney has done things over the years that they've had to course correct. It's just never in the history of Disney been like it has been now, especially in decisions that they are making that go completely against the values, 100% against the values of the mainstream of the Disney audience. The Disney core audience has always been traditional families. That is mom, dad, kids, maybe single mom kids, maybe single dad kids, but families with children, and they make a lot of content for young children. And so when they do things that ostracize that audience, it's important to highlight it, because I wouldn't want to go into a Disney park thinking everything is going to be completely family friendly and then see something that goes 100% against my core values as a person who believes in traditional family. So, because that is not inclusive of somebody like me. That is not inclusive of somebody like my family. And one of the Disney keys is inclusive, but that is unfortunately exclusive. It's actually pushing away some of the audience. And so that is what we are going to deal with now, whether I want to or not. I'd rather not. It's just that this is out there and it has to be shared, because I don't want somebody being surprised when they head to Disney World and seeing something that they may not agree with. So here we go. This is James O'Keefe. This is on X. James O'Keefe shares exclusive. An insider source at Disney has provided O'Keefe Media with startling internal documents and communications. These documents reveal Disney's promotion of Pride events for children. Now, here's where we get into, I don't care about Pride events for adults. I don't care about any of that. Adults do whatever the heck you want. Keep it, just do whatever that you want as an adult. Just don't push this stuff on kids. So this is promotion of Pride events for children that involve, let's just say, men that don't have their clothing on, maps of Disney-sponsored Pride parades nationwide. Now, these are maps of Disney-sponsored parades nationwide. Disney's covert partnership with quote-unquote Zebra Youth, a program that it says supporting, but I want to say indoctrinating LGBTQ youth ages 13 to 24, and messages about poly. You can read that word on the screen, virtual hangouts. Disney is desperate to keep these documents and messages hidden. And again, they're not being forthcoming, forthright, or completely honest with their own audience. Disney is desperate to keep these documents and messages hidden. Disney OMG is exposing their quote-unquote secret queer agenda. So, and this is what I want to share. And let me see if this video is really, really long. So I'm not going to share the video. You can find it on you can find it here on X. I'm going to fast forward. You can see some of the undercover stuff that it's talking about, right? See some of the pictures from the video. I'm going to see if it's coming up at all. It may not be coming up properly anyway. I have to go over it. And I want to expose this to you guys so that you can see for yourself. And I'm just going to throw this link down here so you can see the link. Here it is. And I don't know if that will actually come up as a link. Maybe one of my moderators can put it in as the link if you want to. But yeah, so there's the link, so that you guys can go and check this out for yourself if you want to and watch the whole 17-minute long video, which I'm not going to share here. My point is that you should know that Disney has this is an executive decision at the very highest levels of Disney, the people that live in Burbank and Los Angeles and Hollywood, California, and they want to bring their bubble lifestyle and mentality to the rest of the entire world. And I say bubble mentality because I know it for a fact myself, because I've overheard conversations in person of people that live in that bubble that think the rest of the world believes just exactly like them. And it's a little bit weird, because people that have that ideology, they really truly believe the entire world thinks like the rest of them, and they're not very open-minded, which is strange, right? Because they want to say you're not open-minded, but the truth of the matter is they're very close-minded to the idea that the rest of the world might be thinking a little bit different than they are. So we have to acknowledge that and give you that fair warning. Hey, what's up, Orange Cone Vlog? And give you that fair warning of what's going on out there in case you do hit the Disney parks. I'm gonna take a look at some of these comments here, and see where we are. I'm looking at the member comments first. Oh, Anna Greco. She's commenting on Fairbricks. It has some excellent relaxing nature sounds videos. I like that. That's a little bit of a change of pace. Whew. Looking through here. The movie Hangout says it's safe to say that Walt would not be happy. I'd say that. He literally had an apartment at the park to monitor the family experience. Yes, he did. He had an apartment. It's still there, actually, at Disneyland. And I don't think that Walt would be happy about the company nickel and diming people to death. I don't think that Walt would be happy about the company having a secret, certain kind of agenda that is not about anything that should be enjoyed in the family-friendly experience, especially at parks. And I certainly don't think Walt would be happy about his own company saying, hey, let's go take children to parades that show men showing stuff off that they shouldn't show off. We live in a very strange world in the year 2020. As a matter of fact, one of the reasons that it's taken me so long to share this is this news item from James O'Keefe came out on the 11th of July, and a couple days later, the world turned upside down, and a lot of bizarre, strange things happened in the world of politics. And I don't usually get into politics on my show. I like to not. Unfortunately, sometimes those things do overlap with day-to-day life and vacationing and heading to theme parks, and can affect those things along the way, whether we want them to or not. And a Greco Skyliner member says, my kids enjoy the strategy of planning each day at the park, but getting through the apps can give this mom a headache. In the early days of Epcot, they had stations that you could go to, kiosks, and you had the opportunity to chat face to face with cast members to make your dining reservations at one of the restaurants there in Epcot. It was so cool, very futuristic in 1981, 82, 83. And it was a cool experience because you were actually interacting with a real person, but over technology that was very futuristic at the time. Now we all have in our pockets. Going Shogi says, I wish you could link the app like a screen share. Oh, you mean like I know what you're saying. Like the My Disney Experience app itself. Yeah, I don't really. Well, I'm using my actual cell phone as my camera right now, so there's no way I could do that with my setup here. But yeah, and then the MDE doesn't exactly come up on the screen, just the Disney website does, so it's not quite the same as the app. Going Shogi, I live in California. It's not as everywhere as people think, just a very loud and condensed group. That is true. I have a lot of friends in California that don't fall for, in that like little Hollywood bubble, we'll say. Apple Valley, do you know where Apple Valley is? Going Shogi? I have a lot of friends up in that area. I used to live in Vegas, and so I have a lot of friends that still live out west. And then Jeremy, he says, we used to have to plan our trips. By the way, thanks for moderating, Jeremy. Appreciate that. We used to have to plan our trips around the weirdness bubble. Certain times of the year were not kid friendly, even in Orlando when I was a kid. I think around the 1990s, maybe late 1990s is when a certain month, really a week, first week in June, first maybe 1 or 2 weeks in June, unofficial stuff started happening. And there were certain crowds at Walt Disney World that you may not want your kids around. I don't know if they did it then. I know that they all now are told to kind of wear red shirts when they go in, which is, I don't know why that color, but whatever. Captain America energized because I'm trying to work out after this. Tiffany saying hi to Orange Cone Vlog. But this is exactly right. No politics or religion, just human decency. And, when we talk about inclusion, you cannot include everything without absolutely 1,000% excluding some people. Because if this comes in, it pushes this out of the way, right? That's just how it works, For those that happen to be in my audience that may be Christian, I don't know who is or is not. I mean, that like heaven ain't for everybody. it's an exclusive club. We don't all get the same rewards, and that's just how it is. Jeremy is Enno says exactly, it's Jeremy. And then Mr. Fulton Mraz is here in the chat. Yeah, Mr. Fulton Mraz, one of my members. Me and my Hamilton County Special Olympic softball team, we are called the Rockin' Rookies, and we have won our first softball game today. Congratulations, Mr. Fulton Mraz. And hit 3 home runs next Monday's second softball game. Well, that is good news, and it's always good to, especially after the news we've had today, to lighten the mood a little bit, and then with some congratulations. Heck, why not even just for that? I know we don't have a member right now, but we're just gonna throw in a celebration for that.
Is it too much? Too much? It's the birthday!
Hey, this is just the best of my scene.
See, the cool thing about the celebration is I can throw it in to celebrate anything that is worth celebrating. And on that note, another thing worth celebrating, of course, is Culture Casino. So we're going to redirect you over to Culture's stream maybe a little bit early today. I actually got through more stories quicker today than I expected to, and that is okay. So let's see. Anna Greco, first of all, my wife says, well, we got a couple people saying congratulations to Fulton. Congrats, Mr. Fulton. Anna says, if they could just do activism in San Francisco, isn't that enough? Why at Disney? I know why. You don't need it everywhere. And we got a lot of people saying congrats, Fulton. Go and Shogi, congrats. Anna Greco says congrats. And Mr. Fulton Mraz says congrats to Go and Shogi. And let's see. And Disney is the bullhorn. So sad. I personally feel rather disenfranchised about Disney and have chosen not to spend my hard-earned vacation money with them for at least 10 years. Now I'm taking cruises, not TCL, and seeing the world. That's right. Take some cruises. Our only cruises have been on Carnival, and we've actually enjoyed them very, very much. So I can appreciate that comment, Mr. OCV. And on that note, I do want to get going. Send you over to Culture Casino, who's got some other breaking news and some really good things, and then that'll pass on to all of the good stuff from everybody at the That Park Place Network. So we thank you for watching today. Again, if you haven't done so yet, like this video, subscribe to the channel if you're not yet subscribed, and of course click that notifications bell, because when you click it, you stick it to the YouTube algorithm and you get notified of all of our uploads here at Follow the Bradley's Fun. And on that note, I just want to say thank you to all of you, because all of you watching, we could not do this without you. And we hope that we bring you the stuff that you want. We've got lots of vlogs coming up. Got a lot of good stuff coming up. Got some nighttime ride through of Tiana's adventure. And if you haven't checked out the latest vlog of the new Country Bear show, it's a pretty long vlog. A lot of good stuff in there. A lot of good stuff about how to do your Disney day, because that was a 10-hour day for me, which is very long. Normally don't do that. So check that out when you get a chance. And until next time, thank you so much. And from all of us here at Follow the Bradley's Fun, we'll see you real soon. Bye, everybody. Ciao.